Oh, I can't hear you. Just give me a sec. Try saying something, Stu. No, can't hear you, mate. I don't know why. Oh, come on. Come on. Right, I don't know what the hell's going on, Stu, but I just can't hear you at the moment. Weird one. Because it said it would only connect on my phone. But I can see that. Oh, hang on. Oh, weird. Odd one. As I can see it. I've got the channel up, so I've got the chat on my PC, but it would only allow me to connect via the phone to YouTube, to this channel that I'm talking to you on, because that's via my phone. So I don't know whether everybody can hear me, but I'm going to try and put the audio on. It may be a bit iffy.
It was off the pace, dropped, Sade, German.
Can you hear that, Stu?
They're in that. There you are. Far better weight at the Sunderland end in this first half. But smattering of blue there as well. So this corner then from the
Don't say it, Stu. I can't hear Cabby on the phone either. But are you picking up the stream at the moment?
Yeah, shaky opening minute or so for Simon Adingra. Played out to Ballard on the far side. Sunderland in blue and white then, and Brentford in their red and white stripes. Back to Robin Brooks. We're very low down.
Say that again, Stu. Couldn't say that. Okay, mate. Got ya.
Brooks back out in midfield. Travers playing, on the left of central midfield, and Bay is just inside him. Ball goes out for a throw to Sunderland, halfway inside the Brentford half. Trey Hugh comes forwards to take here. Trouders back behind down the touchline. Hugh Dingra is making a run. So is Proby. Dingra down the touchline, hooks the ball to the edge of the penalty area, but is headed back by Janelt to goalkeeper Keith Kelleher. Keeper rolled out to Janelt and out wide on the left-hand side to Rico Henry, the Jamaican international World Cup. Proby leaves the ball for Lefay, wide on the right. Played back by Rigg through Cayley to Ballard. Jackal on the halfway line, back to Ballard, closed down by Tyus Jensen. Up to Rigg, ball's put out, and it's a throw to Brentford. Far side of the ball. Played 3 minutes actually. Shy, it will take a second or two. Brentford 0, Sunderland 0, 7:30 kick-off. Throw then will be taken by Henry. Back it goes towards Collins. Collins now floats it up over Ballard's head. There's cover there, Alderete and Hugh. Though Alderete's under intense pressure, Thiago does get the ball back into his own penalty area into safety, Alderete, and then slides it inside to Hugh. Sade is giving Hugh a chase down this left wing. Hugh flicks it inside to Trowder, then inside again to Lefay. Lefay wide on the right now into the Brentford half to McKaylee, who's got forwards on the right wing. Pushes it on for Rigg, but Collins gets in front of him. Plays it back to Kelleher, who's in pink tonight. And he plays it up to the halfway line, drops over Xhaka's head, and Thiago comes back to Alderete. Alderete trying to play it through the middle to Proby, who's played up to Sade, and now he gets it back from Thiago. Sade on the right-hand side to Lewis Potter, rolls a low ball in, and Russ falls on that great thing from Thiago. Alderete's got it again, starting the game sloppy, hasn't he? It's bowled out to Cayley on the right, trying to get it past Henry.
Thanks, Smiley.
Goes out for Brentford throw.
Yeah.
0-0.
Give it a thumbs up.
It's halfway inside the
New to the channel, or if you're on the channel, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. It's free of charge.
Christopher Ager, Norwegian, the centre back, plays it across to the left wing. Collins hooking it down the left into the path here.
Evening, Mr. Lettersman.
From the left, penalty area from Henry, I think. Henry, yeah, got forwards. He likes to get forward, but it wasn't the best of crosses. Spurs won. So
yeah, my apologies for that Geordie groundwater. It's via my phone on my laptop screen, my laptop microphone. Carrie's actually at work at the moment. He's got a pick up, so he'll be with us fairly shortly, and we'll get back to a proper stream.
Ruffs drives this fairly low up through the middle. Broby's backing into Ager, but the ball's come back to Collins, and he's looking for the gap for Thiago to run through on the right side of the midfield channel. It's run through to Robin Ruffs. Plays it back to Xhaka. Thiago, of course, has got a hat-trick at Everton on the weekend. Jensen closes down Ruffs. Played out to Alderete. Thiago gets in front of him. It's a Brentford throw. Alderete again. Indeed. So Brentford throw on the long right side, yeah, and Coyotes going to take this. And, step back.
Hey Maureen, how are you?
Far.
Kingfisher. Yeah, doing all right at the moment. Yeah.
So in it goes into the 6-yard box, and it's McKaylee who heads it out.
Confusing on live stream on the ground. Sometimes they're playing in red and white.
The play goes on. It's come all the way back up to Keller. It's still down, and it's going to kick the ball right up into the Sunderland half over Ager's head, but Janel's still down on the floor.
No, I wouldn't say we're starting slowly. We've spent probably as much time in their half as they are having ours.
Alderete gets the ball clear up to Crowder here. That's ridiculous. Played all the way down the right wing for Rigg to chase with Henry. It's come off the Brentford man, and Sade's behind him. He plays it, launches it back up towards the halfway line. And it's come all the way back to Alderete. 0-0, 8th minute of the game. Janelle appears to be absolutely fine. Ballard plays it back to Robin Ruffs. Out to Alderete. Alderete now trying to get the ball forwards. It eventually makes its way to Cayley inside on the halfway line to Xhaka. And Xhaka plays it again, gets it back to Trowder. Alderete again. Played up to Lefay. Adingra back to Lefay on the left. He swings the ball across the penalty area over Riggs' head though. Out it comes into midfield. Shade. He's beaten to it. Down goes Cayley, and it's a free kick to Sunderland.
Birthday, Murray.
Just outside the penalty area, about 20 yards, 23 yards outside of that. We're low down, hard to tell exactly. So, 0-0 in the 9th minute, and an opportunity here for Sunderland with a free kick just right at the central midfield. Yes, yeah. Sunderland free kick just right at the central, standing with his left foot on the ball, hands on hips. Looks like it will be Xhaka. Hughes back just in front of the centre circle. He's going to smash this into the wall. It's on the 18-yard line pretty much. So you're looking at 26, 27, 28 yards out.
Even Dougie. And yes, happy birthday to Stuart as well, although I think he's driving up on. He may be listening, but I know he's driving up on.
As well on the left. Cayley out on the left of the line of defenders along the 18-yard line, near enough. Referee steps back, and Xhaka then to take this free kick for Sunderland. He's test Kelleher. Here he comes with his left foot, drives it low, straight to the goalkeeper. It went right through, but Kelleher right behind it, fell on it. It's still 0-0. He kicks it upfield quickly. Hughes got his eye on it, managed to play it back first time onto halfway, but Bayoni runs onto it. The Italian plays it back onto the halfway line to Henry. Behind him is Collins. Cross here on the right-hand side to Yarmalouk. Yarmalouk brings it into the Sunderland half. Wide is Jensen, closed down by Adingra. Back to Yarmalouk, back again to Aja. Aja slides it to his left to Nathan Collins. Public Barnum International. Out wide again to Yarmalouk. Jensen on the touchline, just in front of Regis Lebris, in fact, on the edge of his technical area. He's right up, he's jogging back now, but he was right up front, Coyote, as Collins has brought the ball all the way up to the left side of the Sunderland penalty area, then plays it back to Shade at the corner of the penalty area, out to Henry on the touchline, and back again to Janelle, the German midfielder. Turns, lifts it up into the penalty area, Jensen, and then it's come out for a throw to Brentford on the far side. Coyote's got a cross. Coyote is jogging over. Shade hands it the ball. It will be,
Yeah, he might be, Dougie. He might well be.
Box for the last one. No doubt he'll look to do the same. That's red white shirts moving into that area of the penalty area. Here comes Coyote. Comes the throw. It's a terrific throw, and it's caught by Rook.
Just one update. The scores for our current games this evening. That's Bournemouth 0, Tottenham 1.
Orange rolls the ball out to Ballard on the right.
Matthias Tell scored that
over
one.
the halfway line on that right-hand side. Xhaka's inside of him. Cayley's cross to the edge of the penalty area, but Jensen will head the ball away, and it's tapped back to him, and then into the centre to Yarmalouk. Yarmalouk twisting, turning round twice, and then playing the ball across to Nathan Collins, just outside the penalty area. Back to the goalkeeper, Kelleher.
Aidan Keith.
The edge of his penalty box. Brogy is going to closed down. It's played out to Yarmulke, back to the goalkeeper. Trowder on the shoulder of Yarmulke. And then Kelleher, his kick up through the middle straight to Michele on the halfway line. Short pass forwards to Xhaka, and then out to Rigg on the far side. Hugging the touchline at the moment, plays it back a few feet to Michele, back to Ballard, right at the centre circle. He passes it across to Alderete, and Alderete looking for the gap down the left between Lewis Potter and Coyote. It floats over Trey Hughes, back to Kelleher, and out to Collins on the edge of the Brentford penalty area. 13th minute, 0-0. Kelleher playing it out again to the left of the penalty box. Kelleher, you can hear the Sunderland fans now in that corner opposite us. Collins tries to drive the ball out, but goes straight to a blue shirt. Rigg now on that right-hand side turns and gets the ball forwards to Lefay. Lefay thought about a pass, a cross, but then just pushes it onto Michele, who plays a low ball into the penalty area.
He's asleep on the downstairs court right there.
And then he passes it out, the throw to Sunderland down by the corner flag. Should be a long throw from Michele. Ignores the original ball and picks it up off the coat at the edge of the pitch. So Michele now, the long throw. Alderete's strolling up into the penalty area. Jacques just outside the box. Hume is back, just in front of the centre circle. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. 7:30 kick-off, and at 8:15 Newcastle kick-off. That game is on BBC Radio Newcastle's FM frequencies. A high ball thrown in, and it's Thiago almost headed it down past his own player, his own keeper. I'm not sure what happened there, but Thiago in the end got on the end of that.
You've got me
it
watching now,
down to
Damien.
Kelleher.
Looking for the lady in white.
Ball has gone out for a goal kick. Was it Coyote in the end had to clear it? He headed it down to the foot of the post, Thiago, and then Coyote hooked the ball away. I don't know what.
That was a bit weird. That was a lot weird, in fact. It's nearly a cracking goal by Thiago.
That is a kick from Kelleher, which is headed powerfully forwards by Ballard, and it's dropped here at allegedly on the right of Coyote.
Brentford
went to close it down. It's played back to Major. Out again wide to Coyote. Inside to Janelt.
Cheers, Kingfisher.
Free kick to Brentford. Wide on its right hand side inside their own half. Maybe 15 minutes goalless. Anything's a bit scrappy. They haven't got any rhythm, has it? So Coyote's going to take the free kick, just pushing it back to Aja. 27-year-old, 6
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Kate.
Centre back.
Bit on the cold side, it's turned really cold again this evening.
Kicks up into the Sunderland half, headed on by Sade, looking for Thiago's run, but Ballard puts the ball out for throw to Brentford on the left. Igor Thiago, 24 years old, signed from Club Brugge. He played a few games with Shemstein Talby in 23-24 that season. It's Janelt out to Collins wide on the left.
Yeah, Revo, it's about even Stevens at the moment. Sunderland have hit the post courtesy of Thiago. They put one through his own net. Stats wise, not a lot in it. 51 for Brentford, 49 for Sunderland. Percent wise, one shot each, one shot on target each. That's really it. Sums it up.
Potter looks and finds the run of Yarmulke.
And in case you're wondering what's going on, Cabby's actually got a job on at the moment, so he's dusty live stream from his driver. So you're listening to possibly a tinny audio, which is going to try my phone off my laptop. So just so you can pick the game up unless you got it somewhere else, of course.
Michele now on to Rigg on this right side, inside the Sunderland half. Forwards again to Xhaka. He taps it on then to Lefay. Back to Xhaka wide to Rig.
Confirmed.
Still
So
just
they
inside
got
the
Everton
centre half.
1
But
up.
Cayley ran
Keane
onto the
scored
ball,
that one.
lost control of it, and Brentford have got it back. Thiago eventually to Jensen. He gives the ball away then to Rig. The Fay gets an advantage from the referee after being fouled. Trouder plays it to Xhaka, plays it up to the halfway line, comes into the Brentford half with it, looking for the run here of Rig, but he slips. Ball is lost. Ball's with Henry inside to Young. Plays it across to Coyote. The 18th minute. 0-0. Coyote bringing the ball forward, then pausing.
No, I think that's Werewolves Stadium, not Werewolves. I'm getting bait, as you say.
Yamanuk and Aja at the edge of the centre circle. Janelt plays it out wide left here to Henry, who taps it behind him to Sade. He's got a bit of space here. And he clips the ball into the penalty area. Ballard gets it clear up to Broby. Behind him is Lefay. Is still in the Sunderland half. Cayley at the edge of his area, forwards to Broby. Lays it off again to Lefay. Lefay to Rig. Rig just inside the Brentford half. Inside to Lefay. Back onto the halfway line to Cayley. Cayley leaves it for Xhaka, just to his left. Xhaka on the halfway line. He plays it across into Alderweireld. Alderweireld goes down by Thiago. Back to Ballard. Ballard now just to the back of the centre circle. Cross then to Cayley. He comes to Ballard. Closed down, but he's got the ball to Alderweireld. Up towards Adingra. He gets his head on it, but it's headed on to Coyote. Hume has gone with him, tries to stab the ball off the Italian defender, but he gets it clear, only to Alderweireld. Now Trouder gets it back to Ballard, back at the centre circle. 19 minutes played, Brentford 0.
Fast asleep in the downstairs courtroom, Keith. I'll just give him a shout to see if he's kicking about. Dante! Francis, do it!
Here on the left, looking for the run of Broby, backing into the defender Aja. Held him off, finds Adingra on the left-hand side. Adingra plays it back to Alderweireld, back onto the halfway line to head Trouder. Alderweireld wants to give the ball away here, intercepted by Jensen. Jensen head down, head to the penalty area, trying to slide it into Thiago. He's trying to control it, Ballard's in front of him. He tried to find Jensen, but Hume intercepts and gets the ball clear. Massive opportunity that for Brentford. Just weren't technical enough.
There you go, Keith, turned up.
Now is Hume. On to ball given away again. Coyote swinging it over towards Sade. Takes it down on his chest, edge of the penalty area. Into Thiago, and it's across the face of Brooks. I think he must have thought that was going wide.
Living dangerously at the moment.
Past the post and out for a goal kick. So 0-0. Away with him. Sunderland, I think you're right, got away with one. 2 maybe. Sloppy passing again. 2 opportunities that Brentford will feel they should have done more to capitalise on. We're in the 21st minute. Ball at the feet of Dan Ballard at the right corner of the 6-yard box. Being moved by the home fans for taking his time. It's with Roofs. He passes it out to back to Alderweireld wide on the left. He swings his left foot through it up towards the halfway line. Janelt goes down on his knees, pleads for the kick, gets it just inside the Sunderland half on the right-hand side of the centre circle.
I'll let Covey answer that one, so yes, dude, when he gets
went to close it down.
online.
Back it goes to Aja. To Janelt again on the right wing. Kelleher at the edge of his penalty area. Roby lurks.
Yeah, Bournemouth equalised. Evan Wilson, 22 minutes.
Wide to Coyote.
No other changes, so you've got Bournemouth 1, Tottenham 1, and Everton 1,
passing it back then to
otherwise all the games
across to Nathan Collins, former Stoke Burnley Wolves centre half. Been here since 2023. Janelt Collins on to Sade, back to Janelt, and then across here to Major. Just takes it into the Sunderland half, finds Janelt.
Kevin. The weather's a bit warmer in North Carolina
just
than it is
in the
here.
centre circle in the Brentford half. Back to Aja. Aja bringing this one forwards now.
There's a very easy answer to that one, Damien. They don't shed.
Deep cross, too deep perhaps.
The hair does snap up,
keep it in on the
but it
far
tends
side.
to lie on the surface. It doesn't get better deep.
Back to Jensen just behind him. Back again to Collins on the left of central midfield. Forwards again to Sade. 0-0 still, halfway through the first half here at the G-Tech Stadium. Back again. Collins trying to thread it through to Janelt at the edge of the area on the left. Now another cross. Ruffs takes this comfortably actually from Janelt. No, it's from Jensen. It's the kick from Ruffs. Bit of holding between Aja and Roby. Trouder gets the ball now, plays it out to Adingra. Left corner of the Brentford penalty. Swings the ball across the far post, but there's a push by Rigg on the defender. Eager to get on to the end of it when he was, and he clearly pushed the defender. Bournemouth won, Spurs won. So it's a free kick to Brentford.
The answer is Kingfisher. No, we do it ourselves.
Rolled out short to Collins, back again to
He was on the ground for an hour this morning. So, yeah, we do it ourselves.
Collins, who got his first Premier League goal of the season in that 4-2 win at Everton at the weekend. Kelleher comes out into midfield.
Yeah.
Passes
the man
now
with the hairdo, Cucurella's been sent off for Chelsea.
Halfway line, race on to Sade. Kevin Sade, the German international. Wide to Rico Henry, back to Janelt, and then wide again to Lewis Potter on the right wing. Potter leaves it to Coyote. He crosses. Yarmolenko trying to get the ball into Thiago. Comes back to Yarmolenko. He's offside. The flag is up. It's a free kick to Sunderland. 25th minute, 0-0 still. Ball dropped to the floor by Robin Ruffs' breath condensing in the air into mist. He urges everybody forwards. It's a bitterly cold night in West London. Everybody pushing upfield for the kick. Driven on by Ruffs, hangs in the air, headed down by Roby, but Collins lashes it back up into the Sunderland half. Sade chases it. It's rolled out. It's a throw to Brentford. Halfway inside the Sunderland half on the left. Henry with it. Back to Collins on the halfway line. Collins, low ball driven down the left-hand side to Janelt. He's running at the edge of the penalty area. There's a block cross from Jensen by Cayley. Henry's there as well. Henry now trying to find a way past Rigg. Takes him on. Rigg slides and makes a challenge. Silly. Away the free kick.
You know where he wants to go. He wants to get on that left foot of his, doesn't he? Don't show him the line.
So free kick to Brentford on the basically on the edge of the penalty area on the left, about 5 yards from the goal line. And Jensen, I think it is Jensen.
I haven't heard anything. I didn't hear anything in the
standing over the ball at the moment
with regards to Henderson. But he is on the bench, so we may see him join later. Hopefully he doesn't
it's Jensen and Janelt.
score a screamer.
Dingra, two-man wall. Which of these two is going to take this? Janelt looks as though he's going to swing this in. Is he with his left foot or is it Jensen with his right?
I would imagine right.
Jensen, here he comes, drives it in. It's gone behind off a Brentford player at the near post. Goal kick. He did, as you say, he struck that viciously. I think he was trying to score.
Yeah.
Saturday, offside there. It was actually Aja who headed it behind. Ballard with the ball at the corner of his 6-yard box. Thiago goes to close down Robin Ruffs. Played out to Lefay in the middle. To the left, Alderete. Thiago comes across Alderete. Plays it back to Robin Ruffs to the penalty area. Takes it into midfield. Thiago goes to close it down. He's pushed it out to Adingra. Adingra, well, takes the ball back to Robin Ruffs for Sade advancing. It's played down the left wing, bounces out. It's a throw to Brentford. Halfway inside the Brentford half on the right-hand side. 0-0. So we taken by Coyote. Longish throw up into the Sunderland half. It's dropped to Hume though. He's played it back to Robin Ruffs. Sade comes to close it down, stumbles slightly. Ruffs gets the ball clear. Coyote hits it on to Lewis Potter. And Dingra gets in front of him, but then the ball runs into Coyote's path, and Dingra pushes Coyote over. It's a free kick, which the Italian pushes back to Aja. Blocked by Broby. It's a throw again to Brentford on the right. Sade's sitting down, picks himself up. Referee pauses play for a bit. Sade's having a conversation with Dan Ballard. There's obviously something between Sade saying, well, it's your challenge, or Cayley. Sade, and Cayley just pushes him away. Nonsense. Throw to Jensen, back to Janel. Yarmulke trying to get it back again to Coyote, back again to Aja, into his own area, across to Collins. Collins now, Lefay goes to close it down. Janel just drives it on up through the middle. Look at Thiago, comes down from Cayley. Cayley, strong run into the Brentford half, but he runs into Janel. Offside, and now Thiago, the assistant was back behind play. He goes around the goalkeeper, slides it. This will go to VAR. The flag has stayed down. Thiago has scored. The VAR will have to watch. They will look at this. I know you're pretty wrong. Well, VAR will call it if it is. But Thiago has scored.
It was about a yard and a half outside.
In the 30th minute. It's a breakaway. The ball played through to him. He ran onto it, round the goalkeeper. Replays now. Let's see the ball picked up on halfway. He might be onside. Hume might have played him onside. The ball went round Ruffs into the bottom right corner from a couple of yards. It looks like he might just have been played onside by Trey Hume. Brentford 1 up by the looks of things. Yeah.
Yeah, Hume's playing them on.
So replays again the goal, but it looks from the replay we see that Hume played him onside, and they kick off Brentford lead by a goal to 0.
What I do?
Thiago's 15th Premier League goal of the season. He's chasing the ball again back towards Robin Ruffs. 15 minutes to half time. Brentford have the opportunity for a second. He was trying to see how the player was, but the play was still going on. He's had to sprint back into his goal. And Jensen was trying to shoot then, and he's got back. Oh my word, we're on trying to get the ball away again. Yeah, he's urging his team to push on and put pressure on Sunderland here. And Lewis Potter clipping the ball, chipping it almost into the penalty area for Janelt. And he plays it back out here to Lewis Potter, who plays it wide to Coyote. Brentford then leading by a goal to 0. Eventually the ball rolls out. Corner to Brentford.
Yep, all over the first one. Ben was right.
The game's going on, and he's worried about the player on the ground. More concerned about that. He stopped, and in the meantime, play was going on behind him. And fortunately, someone alerted him to that, and he managed to run back and defend this one. Cut out the attack. 1-0 down then, Sunderland. It's going to be a corner from the right-hand side, taken by Janel, the German. And again, a lot of bodies in the 6-yard box. A lot of movement here. Collins making a move. It's headed across towards the far corner of the 6-yard box, and Yarmanuk gets it over. So goal kick, 33rd minute. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. We've got to organise now. Be organising it. It seems as though we're all over the place, aren't we? Do look a little bit disorganised. So comes back to Brooks. Make sure he drives it with his left foot up over the halfway line. Just comes back though up to Thiago. Taps it through, looking for Lewis Potter. Hugh manages to get in front of the Brentford man and push it to Brooks to clear up to the halfway line. Broby gets it down to Lefebvre. Out to a Dingra. Coyote going with him. And Dingra now coming back and then trying to twist it, turn it around, get around Jensen, but finds Lefebvre. And back into Trowder. Back to Alderetti in the centre circle in the 34th minute. Home team leading 1-0 for Thiago's goal. Out wide to Mukele, inside the Brentford half. Put out, was it? No, it wasn't. It's played down the line and the flag is up. It has gone out. That's offside in Brent. Ball played forwards to Chris Rigg. Kelleher is coming across, jogging across the goalkeeper to take the free kick for Brentford. Yeah, one in the League Cup as well. Eagle Thiago. Next up for Brentford, it's an away trip to Sheffield Wednesday in the FA Cup weekend, and then they play Chelsea in the Premier League. All headed on. Thiago trying to get on the end of it, goes down in the penalty area with the shoulder of Ballard. No foul. Goal kick to Sunderland. Ballard quickly puts the ball down on the 6-yard line and takes the kick himself to Alderetti. Alderetti brings it out on the left here. The blue and white of Sunderland drives it down the left wing, up towards Broby. Strong, nice hold it up. It's foul. Well done. Ball is excellent now. It's on the left side of midfield, 30 yards out. Faye, Xhaka over the ball. That Dominic is just marching back 10 yards. Doesn't apply the spray. It's only Jensen who's standing in front of the two over the ball. Xhaka has a word with the Faye. I think the Faye is going to take the free kick. Players line up on the edge of the 18-yard box. It's Xhaka who takes it. He takes a deflection into Thiago in the penalty area, clears it only to Trowder, and then Thiago gets it in front of it on the goal line in front of Mukele. Holds up Mukele, finds Sade. Ball played out to Yarmanuk, then back to Thiago, and he did something again to Sade. Takes it on his chest, then knocks it down in front of him, but the Bay is there, whips the ball off him, plays it back to Trey Hugh on the right hand side. 36th minute, Brentford leading 1-0. Trowder out to Mukele, forwards to Rigg on the right hand side. Back again to Mukele, leaves it for Rigg. Rigg inside to Lefebvre. Lefebvre on the right side of midfield, rolls it back into Ballard in the centre circle. Passes it to Alderetti on the left. Alderetti back to Ballard on the centre spot almost. Then Hugh to the right. Hugh now in a right back position. Plays the ball up onto the head of Collins in the penalty area. Nods it down to Henry, back to Collins, almost on the goal line. He kicks it clear onto the head of Hugh, nods it out to Mukele, and then picked up by Bay again on the right. Trying to play a low ball into Broby. He's holding off the defender. Turns, shoots, and now Adingra didn't run onto the end of it. It goes for a corner, but Adingra let it roll past the post, and I thought he'd have had a go to try and stab it home. Trying to slide in on it. Great hold of play against Broby. Excellent strength. But he wasn't probably further back than he couldn't get there. From the angle where it looked a lot closer, but he was a fair way back. Adingra So the Fay with his corner, Sunderland's first
he would
corner
have
of the game
probably
on the left-hand side.
bust a groin, a gut, and probably a leg trying to get there. He was on the edge of the 6-yard line. The ball went just past the post.
And the Fay then, with the corner kick, it's headed strongly out by Brentford. Put back in again towards the far post. Put back by Alderete across the face of goal. And then nodded out to the edge of the area. Still not fully clear. It's stabbed away out to Thiago. He tries a shot. It's blocked. Out comes Yarmalouk, but Alderete puts it back into the penalty area. And now it drops for Ballard. He tries to swing a foot at it, but it's come out against Sade in midfield. And Thiago against Hume. Hume trying to stab the ball away, but holds Thiago back and wins. Thiago wins a free kick. It's taken quickly. Flag stays down. Jensen's taken this down the right side of the penalty, almost to the corner flag. He crosses then, and Hume has to head out to the Fay, who taps it back to Hume, and he plays it back to Ruffs, with Lewis Potter lurking. Played out into midfield. Xhaka. Thiago's all over him. It's a free kick to Sunderland. Central midfield. 38 minutes played. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. Trowler in the centre circle. Plays it to Xhaka. Xhaka into the Brentford half. Forwards to the Fay. Back to Xhaka. Sorry, to Rigg. Back to Xhaka. And out to Kelly. Back to Xhaka. Into Ballard now. Just right of the centre circle in the Brentford half. And Trowler just to his left, a couple of feet. He plays it to Alderete on his left-hand side in the Brentford half. Slowly dribbling forwards, pausing. Alderete playing it back to Trowler, then the Fay, back to Ballard. Sade in front of him. He gets it to Mukele on the right, to the Fay again. He just lays it off to Mukele, and then wide again to Rigg. Rigg comes back with this, and then back to Ballard eventually. Passes it out to Alderete, back to Robin Ruffs. 39 minutes played. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. Alderete plays it back to Ruffs. Ruffs kicks up to the halfway line. Collins gets powerfully onto the ball, leaves it for Sade. He passes it to Janel and Yarmalouk. Yarmalouk back to Coyote. Down the right again to Jensen. Jensen crosses low, bounces past Ruffs in front of him. I'm not sure. Slightly undecided what to do then. He's gone behind for the corner.
We've got to stop the crosses coming in. Jensen, a couple of times, he's been able to whip them balls into that 6-yard box. And a good quality balls in his whipping it.
Yeah, Kelly had to put it out. Just a moment's indecision, unusually for Robin Ruffs then. Jensen's gone across to take the corner on the left for Brentford, who lead to that Thiago goal on the half hour. They packed the 6-yard box, Brentford. A lot of bodies in there. 41st minute. Can't want to concede another. No.
I wonder who scored for Man City. Yes, it's Erling Haaland.
There, Sade, Aja on the goal line behind Robin Ruffs. What's the referee? He's having a word. He's pointing at something at Donahue. And Jensen steps back a couple of yards in the corner then. From the left, swings it into the near post, looking for Sade. He's gone out behind again for another corner. Swung in low, that one to 4th Brentford corner. Jensen's there again to take the corner kick. Steps back a couple of yards. That Donahue's got a close eye on what's happening in the box. It's hanging in the air. Ruffs can't get his hands on it. He does in the second attempt. Collins was the player on his shoulder. And Ruffs just holding onto the ball for a second, then rolling it to Ballard on the right. Ballard taking this out, driving it up to Mukele. Mukele on the right wing. He's cutting inside. He's going to roll it in now. It's straight to Henry. Wasn't a good ball in. And now Henry again. Riggs trying to close him down. And the ball is picked up by Xhaka. Has gone out for a throw to Brentford on their left-hand side, far side. 1-0 Brentford.
I like that one, Keith. Yeah, we are a second half team.
First half.
They're actually they don't appear to be
throw halfway inside.
playing too badly. They've got slightly more possession, not as many shots on goal.
Urging players to push on and takes the throw. It is by McKaylee inside, but Jensen puts it in the air. They nods it down to a Dingra, looking for Broby on the shoulder of Ager. He's trying to hold off the Norwich, but Henry darts back in. Gets the ball back to Brentford, takes it out to the touchline. Plays it up to Thiago halfway. His touch is slightly heavy, so it allows Alderete to get in front of him. Alderete down, Thiago. It's showed a yellow.
We'll let them have far too many attempts to cross the ball.
Right there. Haaland, the goal. First yellow card of the evening, shown to Thiago. Stocky Brazilian striker, 6'3", handful. Ball back with Robin Ruffs just outside. It's D. Played 43 minutes. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Double bill of games tonight because Newcastle kick off at 8:15 in a minute or two's time. Home to Leeds. We're nearly at half time. It's Sade down the left wing for Brentford. Thiago's in the middle. Sade's running at Ballard, corner of the penalty area. Pushes the ball along the 18-yard line, taps it behind him to Yarmouk, and then it's played to Coyote. Back into Yarmouk, or Jensen, sorry, his shot is over the bar. Great shot. Goal kick to Sunderland.
Yeah, good evening, Colin Major. Yeah, I agree. He might have been the scum manager, but I wish him all the best. He's got a tough battle ahead of him.
Puts his hands deep into his pockets of his coat. It's bitterly cold January night. Kick from Robin Ruffs hangs in the air, headed on by Janel. That's going to come towards Thiago on this right wing. Alderete goes with it. It's just flicked it inside to Yarmouk, and now Lewis Potter. Lewis Potter's ball back by Hume. Hume tugged the player back. It's through. It's a free kick in a dangerous position. Right on half time, Nick. Yeah, going to make sure the ball. He just got hold of Lewis Potter's shirt right in front of the referee as well. Pulled him back. It's just to the right of the D. It's probably 23, 24 yards out.
Dougie's been diagnosed with cancer now.
Ball being marched back by Matt Donahue.
Didn't read the article.
Perfect science of working out what is exactly 10 yards. 4 in the wall for Sunderland. A few yards back inside the Sunderland penalty area. We'll have 1 minute of added time. We're into that now. We'll play 10 seconds of it. And so Lewis Potter is the player standing over the ball this time. He's taking this free kick. Thiago's had a word with it. Together.
Sounds like it's abdominal cancer. He's been in hospital
Brentford.
with abdominal issues and it's been diagnosed as cancer.
Save that.
No, it was only when Colin put the comment in there about Kevin Keegan that I did
remains 1-0 to
a look up. And no, you're right, Keith. Wouldn't wish cancer on anybody. One of my friends, good friend of ours, is undergoing chemo.
Much more. Play now. We've played it. There you go. There's the half-time whistle.
Only 1-0 down.
By
oh, that was close. That hit the bar.
What's been, I think, a scrappy first half. It's not been a great half quality. Sunderland has struggled to get into the game.
Yeah, struggled to get into the game. I think it's similar to the one on Saturday against Tottenham. You know, again, we haven't been acting in regards to our passing.
I mean, again,
looking
at half, the stats were
too many opportunities and
some possession-wise, Sunderland 51, Brentford 49, Brentford 8 shots, size 4, 2 Brentford shots on target, 1 cross.
On the floor, and if they had a little bit about him, he could have just played the ball. It would have gone straight into the goal. The game continues, but you just said at times
odd goal in it.
our passing,
We
you know,
know
Alderete
we
again,
tend to be
he's
better
starting
in the
the game
second half,
sloppy
so
for me.
touch
You
wood.
know, and again, Adingra, when he has got the ball, can we do a little bit more? You don't expect that down on the right hand side with Chris Ring, because it's not an out and out winger out
Look,
there.
Cubby might be back for
Yeah, you know,
the start of the
regular
second
Greece will
half.
be
We don't
happy
know.
that
I
we're
know he
coming in.
still looks like he's only on 6.
I think, you know, they've had a couple of opportunities.
Yeah, Broby, again, get the ball to Broby. He's strong, he can hold it up. But it's the all-round support around him.
He needs that support.
Yeah, he's blown a bit hot and cold in the game tonight. Rig, is it a little bit beyond him tonight in the game? I don't know. There's been moments, but they're just not being composed enough.
Well, he's got his hands full. He's got his hands full against Henry, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah.
You know, and Henry's got a little bit of pace. You know, but he always wants to get onto his left foot. You know, and that's something that, you know, Chris Rig has got to learn about. You know, put him onto his weak side. But again, we just need to get a little bit more grip off the game.
Yeah, a bit more control in the game. I've not seen anything from Brentford that alarms me in the sense that Sunderland are being outplayed in one sense. Brentford are much better than Sunderland.
Probably a good description, Ray.
They are a little bit more. They've offered a bigger threat around the penalty area than Sunderland managed to.
Yeah, and you can, at half time you can say we've got opportunities to get back into this game. We can see us getting back into the game. But what we've got to do, we've got to tighten up. We've got to be better with our passing. I think quality around that 18-yard box is going to be better. And again, defensively, at times I think we could do a lot better. I think there's a lot too many times there's runners getting behind us and we're just letting them run.
I do feel that Dan Ballard's been a big. I think having him back in the team is good. Just there's moments in the game.
We can take one favour.
Ballard hadn't been playing
Rig's
tonight.
been fairly anonymous.
I think Ballard
Dinger's been a little bit out of it. I would think my ender on, Robbie on. Sorry, my ender on, Mundell on.
You know, can we change it about? Can we do a little bit better? I think we've got, you know, I can see us getting back into the game, but we've got to tighten up.
No, I totally agree, Kevin. Wouldn't wish it on. Sorry, Colin. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy.
SAFC.com, on DAB Preview 711, half time at the G-Tech Stadium. It's Brentford 1, Sunderland 0.
I'm not sure. I know we're not allowed to play music, but
it's a sure sign that is going to be an overpriced burger. This morning, my question is, how do you know something's going to be overpriced?
So
Body wash, shaving cream, toothpaste.
Yeah.
Matt Bailey at breakfast.
Weekdays from 6. Just ask your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Newcastle.
Thank you to Nick Barnes and to Gary Bennett. Then we'll be back with them for full commentary of the second half very shortly. Well, very shortly, 10-12 minutes. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0 at half-time. Igor Thiago with that goal on the half-hour mark. Elsewhere, because there are 6 games in total that kicked off at 7:30. All but one has had a goal. Crystal Palace against Aston Villa is 0-0. Fulham did score and then they've just had it chopped off against Chelsea, but it is against 10-man Chelsea. Mark Cucurella sent off for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity after 22 minutes. Chelsea not impressed with that.
yeah, so first half, it's about Aidan Stevens. Unfortunately, Hume was playing Thiago on side for the goal. So round up the half-time scores are Bournemouth 2, Tottenham 1, Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. We know about Palace 0, Villa 0, Everton 1, Wolves 0, Fulham 0, Chelsea 0. Fulham just had a goal disallowed by VAR. Man City 1, Brighton 0, Burnley 0, Man United 0, and Newcastle 0, Leeds 0. Yeah, I can see, to answer Mac and Mike, yeah, I can see Rig coming off with Mundle going on and Adingra off and my ender on the second half or during the second half. Yes, I would agree. Mac and Mike, he does look a little lost. Yeah, I'm not sure where Stu was doing his pickup or drop off at, but guess it must be down near Penrith or somewhere like that. He's been on the M6 for a while. He's head back to Carlisle. Yep, we'll never hear the end of that. Newcastle currently above Sunderland in the league, same number of points, slightly better goal difference. But second half to come. Yeah, I think it's probably the M6, as Dougie says. No, I don't think Isidore is on the bench again. He's no, Mundle, Mayender, Serkin, Gelder, Harrison Jones, Dan Neil, Luke O'Neill, Patson, and Tutorov. Hi, L12. He's working. That's what the live stream from the motorway is. It's Cabby. Burnley 1-0 up. Just bear with me. Yeah, Burnley. Humphreys scored for Burnley, 13 minutes. I think it's going to be a bit damp in Plymouth tomorrow. Yeah, heavy rain for much of the day. A little bit breezy as well, so not an ideal sort of day for being out and about in Plymouth. L12 or Revo, sorry. Yes, Colin. Yeah, I remember Martin Peters from when I was a lad. Good player.
This, Lino, you got it wrong. Well, we'll call it if it is. It looks at the replay, we see the cue made him offside, and they kick off. Brentford lead by a goal to nil.
Hopefully, you should have the commentary back.
Total Sport North East.
Nick Barnes and Gary Bennett, MBE.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
Still waiting for the teams to emerge for the second half. Happy birthday to Mackham Cabby today. Oh, it's his birthday today. Grant Ledbett's birthday today as well.
It was nicely
Who
timed.
else's birthday is it today? Oh, Bennett, mine! Oh, well, they're 21 again. 26. And they left out some lovely little cake for me tonight here, didn't they? Well, they left out about 100. I'm saying that little donut with red and white stripes on. Yeah, it had a Brentford logo on it as well. Yeah, I was living in Holt. He was offside there. But Hugh played him on. Hugh played him on, didn't he? Just. Brentford emerged, Sunderland
Yeah,
emerged.
that was time to
Sunderland
expect
in blue
Keith.
and white. They will be attacking the goal to our right as we look at the main stand here, playing from left to right in the second half, Sunderland. But it is 1-0. It was 1-0 at Tottenham on Sunday. They came back. They got a point, 1-1 in the game.
Nick Barnes' birthday as well today, so yeah.
Against Liverpool and drew 1-1. They played in blue against Tottenham and drew 1-1. They're in blue. They're 1-0 down with 45 minutes to go here at the G-Tech Stadium. Referee Matt Donahue waiting. Trouder stands. He's back to the Brentford goal, waiting to get the second half underway, which he does. It's all the way back to Robin Brooks, who's in orange tonight. Big kick upfield, headed away by Nathan Collins, the Irish centre half. Ballard,
Northern Irish centre half just swings his foot right through it, up towards Idingra in the Brentford penalty area. Something with a throw on the left wing, which Bukele is jogging across to take. As Hume takes the ball, he's taken the throw before Bukele got to the touchline. He threw it to Bukele, back to Hume. Good ball in here, but straight to the keeper. Got a bit of venom on it, but it's straight into Kelleher's hands. He's bowled it out to Sade down this left wing. Rigg has gone with him. Rigg's disposed of his gloves in the second half. And the ball is swung up towards the right corner of the Sunderland penalty area, but Lefay is there. He brings the ball out for Idingra up towards halfway. Sorry?
He's everywhere, isn't he, Lefay?
He is. He has been everywhere in this game. We just need one of those touches again that he provided at Brogy on Sunday at Tottenham. Here's Ballard up to the halfway line and looks up. He's on the right here and just taps it to Bukele. Down the line, it goes past Rigg. Rigg's quizzically around him saying, where was that meant to be going? And it's all the way back to Kelleher, who's in pink, the Brentford goalkeeper. And he puts a high ball up over the halfway line. It comes back down into the Brentford half, and Christopher Ager, Norwegian, takes a bit, swinging it into the air. And it's played out towards Sade on the left. And, out for throw to Sunderland. So 1-0 still in the early stages of this second half. Cayley has a throw for Sunderland on the right, and it's halfway inside his own half. Keith Andrews is getting a bit animated down at the edge of his technical area. He's screaming at the fourth official. I think he's worried about time wasting. The ball headed away by Collins onto the halfway line. Rigg just bulldozed off the ball by Yarmouk. He takes the ball away, the Ukrainian, and then taps it behind to Ager.
I think next 10 minutes it might make a change. I mean, it might bring Bayanda on his right hand side.
Burnley leading Manchester United by a goal to 0. And here Brentford strong with Coyote trying to get the ball in from the right corner. Trying to cross it back and crunched off the defender. It's a fifth Brentford corner. It's the first of the second half. I assume Jensen will go down. Janel's going to take it.
Concentration. Again, no free headers.
So the German, Italian Janel, jogging down to take this corner kick. He's been here since 2020, so it's sixth year at Brentford. Janel, this corner from the right-hand side. He's played it short to Jensen, back to Janel. He swings the ball in here. It's punched away by Robin Russ. I thought in the circumstance it would probably been easier to catch it, but it's brought down by Jensen on the far side. Lays it off for the cross, which is headed out by Alderete. Strong header out to Yarmouk, who's trying to get it back in again. And now Lewis Potter. Hume gets above him. It drops for Xhaka just behind him, who managed to stretch and stab it away from Thiago. Back to Ballard. To Russ. Then out to Alderete, wide on the left. On to Lefay. Behind him, Trouder. Trouder, Thiago on his shoulder. Trouder.
Thanks, Dougie.
Rolls it
I'm
across
Kingfisher.
to Ballard. Down the right again to Bukele.
I'm going to play what I'm doing, but
It's cut out. Collins gets it to Janelt inside to Lewis Potter. Wide to Henry. Trouder goes after him down the left wing. Henry's still going. Ballard's backing off him. Henry leaves it for Sade now. He plays it first time across the penalty area, across the face of Yarmouk. And out for a throw on the far side. It's going to be made. There's a bit of movement below. I think a couple of notes might have been passed. I think Leyenda's coming on. Leyenda's going to be the player who comes on. Sunderland trailing 1-0. Well, we played 50 minutes now.
I would agree, Keith. We'll never hear the last of it.
Looks like, as you say, they need to make a change. Mundell's going to come on as well. Looks like it's going to be a double switch by Sunderland in a bid to get back in the game. Lefay tries to put some pressure on Keller, who does kick the ball out into touch on the far side.
Tabby's got a few years on
is
me.
ready,
Keith
giving a few
probably got a few
notes
years
of
on you as
instruction
well.
from Luciano Volcano. Comes back to Algaretti, then back again to Robin Rooks. Taps it out, plays it out to Xhaka, wide to Algaretti. Drives the ball into the middle to Lefay in the back of the centre circle. Janelt's in front of him. He manages to push it on through the middle to Rigg. It was a very good ball. Rigg now gets it out on this right wing to Mukaele. Roby in the box, Adingra in the box. Adingra calling for it, but defender Colin get in front of him. But Adingra's got the ball. Plays it behind to Lefay, trying to place it from 18 yards, but over the bar. Good play. Just put his head up too much. So Bienda and Mundle about to come on. 52nd minute, and they will replace Adingra.
Yeah, that was well worked attempt, but Lefay put it over the bar from about 18 yards out.
So double switch in the 52nd minute.
Quite a way over the bar at that.
By Sunderland.
Yeah, I'm only 22, Keith.
Changed their fortune. Mundle on the left.
Naturally grey hair while I'm young.
The goal kick to come here from Brentford. Keith Kelleher. Up goes Mukaele above Sade. Drops to Hume. He nods it to Mukaele. Hume's in the middle again. Bienda here, wide on the right, looking for the run of Mukaele down the right wing. Collins has gone with him. Mukaele plays it inside to Lefay. Lefay, right side of midfield, forced down towards the touchline, plays it behind to Xhaka. Xhaka plays it across to Algaretti on the halfway line on the left-hand side. He drives it on, looking for Broby, but Aja comes across the face of him and puts the ball into the stand on the far side. 53rd minute, Brentford leading 1-0. Live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Over on that far, Hume is taking the throw, finds Mundle.
We certainly did, Keith. We certainly did. Only had 10 papers to deliver. Unfortunately, cycle to deliver them.
He's got a free kick on that far side. Football is poetry, Benno. Football is poetry. Quality ball sometimes. Come on, that's me tonight, actually. Lefay and Xhaka over the free kick on that left side. The Brentford defence are about 17 yards out.
Many a time I've got the perfect face for radio, Keith.
Just over the bar. Great ball. He headed it over. Did well, got on the end of it, just couldn't keep it low enough. Still 1-0 to Brentford in the 54th minute. Better from Sunderland.
Yeah, another attempt, headed over the bar from
corner of the 6-yard box to Kelleher.
Algaretti.
He kicks up to the halfway line into the centre circle. Ballard hits it strongly back through the middle. Broby trying to nod it down for Mundle. It bounces down for Lefay. Lefay into the penalty area on the left. He finds Mundle on his left. He's managed to drag it wide. It's a corner. It came off a defender, but he didn't get anything behind it really. He didn't.
Another attempt.
Wide. Lefay again. Cheated Mundle up nicely, but he just dragged him. So Xhaka from the right.
And quite a way wide. That was near the 18-yard line.
With the corner from the right-hand side. Drives it in hard. It's headed out by Thiago. Across towards Ballard, who nods it back down. Henry nods it into his path and plays it out looking to Jensen, but Hume's back there. And he will play it back to Robin Ruffs. 55th minute. Ruffs. Sade goes to close it down. Ruffs with a kick right up through the middle. Bienda looking for it. Collins heads it away. It's hooked back behind it by Janelt and then headed away again by Collins. Up to Trowder in the centre circle. Mukaele, and then it drops for Lewis Potter. And Sade is battling with Ballard. It's won by Ballard and it's found Xhaka. Xhaka dribbling through the middle, finds Lefay. Lefay, Yarmulke goes to tackle him. Lefay holds him off. Then Yarmulke does run onto the ball. Gets it behind him to Aja, out into midfield to Janelt, and Lefay is left on the floor in the D. Yarmouth breaks down the right wing for Brentford, deep into the Sunderland half. Kelleher comes out to see. Well, no, he's just walked straight past the bay. The referee stopped the game. He's allowing
That looks like an elbow.
medical team to come on. They're being allowed on. Faye lying on his back. Keith Andrews is particularly happy about that decision. Just caught him, Annie. Just caught him in the face, isn't it? It's nothing. I don't think it's anything serious. He's just sitting up now.
Yeah, on bags.
56 minute Brentford lead.
Got caught in the face by a hand.
Goal on the half hour.
So that's a free kick, though.
Halfway line. He's up on his feet. Kelleher strolls back past him.
We definitely do, Marley Ord. We seem to be having a little bit more in the way of possession and getting forward a bit more. Yeah, it's still fairly even, Stevens, 52-48 in terms of possession. Sunderland. We've now had 7 shots, 1 on target. They've had 8 shots, 2 on target. So
it will be a drop ball over on the far side for Brentford, and
no further changes to the scores. Leeds are holding their own against the Scum. They've had 3 shots on target. 3 shots, 1 on target. Newcastle had 2 shots, none on target.
Janelt gets the ball and fouls. So a free kick to Sunderland just outside, and in the middle of their half. That's where it's going to be taken. Xhaka takes it quickly to Ballard.
Yeah, that's Stuart Diverys. He's actually got a job on at the moment, so I'm trying to hold the fort. I apologise if the audio is a bit tinny. It's been streamed via my phone from my laptop. So
he's on the shoulder of Henry. Henry nods the ball straight to Mayenda. Slips it through the legs of Collins into Broby. Broby holding off the penalty. Penalty. And it is a penalty.
Penalty. Yes.
Major has pulled down Broby, and it's a penalty to Sunderland in the 58th minute.
Great strength again. Get the ball into his feet. I told you before. What can he do, Nick?
Hold traffic, hold buses up, he said.
Huh? I'm not going to get that ball off him. Great turn.
It's a penalty. Clear penalty. Well, through the legs of the defender from Mayenda, and then Broby pulled down by Aja. So an opportunity here to pull Sunderland level. The Faye will take the penalty kick. Has the ball under his arm.
Yeah. Robbie nearly wasn't there in the shirt.
2 out of 2 for him so far this season. Come on. Can he make it 3 out of 3? Kelleher being urged by the referee to get back onto his goal line. 59th minute. Enzo Lefebvre stands over the ball on the penalty spot. Come on, son. Enzo Lefebvre at the end in which the Sunderland fans are in the corner, over to the left. Kelleher in his pink on the line.
Yeah, Aronson scored for Leeds.
To the back of the penalty area.
So Leeds, it's now back to Newcastle being Newcastle under Sunderland again.
Forwards to Sunderland, and with his right,
Missed it.
What are you doing? Kelleher's hands. Enzo Lefebvre, what are you doing? Penalty. It was a weak. He tried to chip the keeper. Did he? It's just a. What's it called? Connector.
Yeah, trying to do a connector penalty. Keeper didn't move. Went straight into his hands.
Down and strike the ball, man. They're trying to be clever for.
It's 1-0 still.
Yes.
Tried to dink it over him, didn't he? To the keeper, he just put down what he did. It was simple. Safe play. Damsgaard's going to come on for Brentford now. It's a poor penalty for Enzo Lefebvre.
It was.
I think it's Lewis Potter who's coming off. It is. So, Lewis Potter exit. Exits. Mikael Jamsgaard enters. Brentford lead 1-0 and they should be level Sunderland. It was a dreadful right down the middle. Kelleher didn't even have to move. He just had to stand there.
That's back. It's all like the penalties we used to take last season
now, that
before.
substitution's been made. Jensen takes this just in front of the centre circle and is headed down by Collins, out by Alderete, out again by Lefay, only as far as
I
Henry.
would drop the S on that penalty there, Kingfisher.
Looking for Collins, but Hume won it. He's tripped. It's a free kick. Newcastle nil leads 1. What's James Park? Great. Enzo, strike the ball, man.
Yeah, it was a poor penalty. Tried to chip the keeper didn't move, went straight into his hands.
Long ball floated up to Roby. Throw for Brentford on the far side. I still can't believe that penalty. It's extraordinary. I don't know what possessed him. As they break again, Brentford, but Ballard clears for Sunderland. Jensen's going to try and put the ball back in again. Comes back out. Here's Janel for Brentford. It's picked up on the left by Mundle. Brentford put it back again. Janel. But now it's with Damsgaard, the substitute, the Dane. On the right, Yarmuluk. Plays out to Janel. Down to Damsgaard again on the right of the penalty area. Yarmuluk to the goal line. Keeps it in, but the Bay gets it out to Mundle. He's fouled by Janel. It's a free kick to Sunderland. Close to the touchline. Deep in their own half on the left-hand side. It's still only 1-0. They're still in the game, but they should have been back in it. Yeah. Don't get opportunities like the penalty. It's just a decision. It's the wrong decision. Yeah. Poor decision. Robin Rustem will take this free kick for Sunderland on the left of the penalty area.
Right.
Jogging up
Yes. Malahov. Yes, I know you are now. Good evening, mate. How are you?
Drops towards Broby and actually Brentford back up to the halfway line. Mundle behind him, Xhaka. Xhaka into the middle to Lefay. Lefay now turns, works a bit of space, finds McKaylee on the right hand side. Now down the right of the penalty area to Muyenda. He's won a corner, I think. Goal kick. Trying to play it off Sade or Janel. Two Germans together, but it went goal kick. Brentford 1, Sunderland 0. Kelleher. Ball places it in the middle of the 6-yard line. Players heading up towards the still in the game, Nick. Half. Still in the game, but you don't get for a side that doesn't get a lot of goals, you get gifted a penalty and scratch my head sometimes. Ball hooked back over the head of Coyote.
Certainly okay. He had a bit of an iffy first run out, but he was fairly solid against Spurs.
Takes it.
He's
Back to
on the bench tonight.
Alderete passing it on to Trowder. He's given the ball away here. He's slipped it into the path of Damsgaard. It's found Thiago into the penalty area. And he's played it Sade. Sade off the bar. He should have scored. Jensen on the right hand side.
He's on the bench.
Sade heads it down and Thiago does score.
Yeah, 2-0.
Thiago nods it home.
Oh, they held him, missed from 6 yards.
Pulling the ball out of the stadium. I can't believe what you see in here, Nick. Goals change games. They had the opportunity to score one.
Yeah.
Missed it. And 6 minutes later, Thiago gets his second of the game. What are we doing? All the way there. It should have scored. We know. They should have scored. It's
sitting, it's put back off the crossbar, and we haven't been able to react. Nothing from it. So,
Yeah.
2-0. Big arse for Sunderland now. Thiago with the home supporters. Better.
Yeah.
It's a test. Big test. It's a character now. What I mean by that is that we're 2-0 down. Yeah. You don't want to do it when you just score twice. You don't want to concede a third. So Brentford 2, Sunderland 0. Thiago's on a hat-trick. He got a hat-trick weekend against Everton. He scored 2 tonight to give Brentford that lead. We're in the 66th minute, which we started the game. Ball was with Hugh on the far side, just short of the halfway line. Xhaka through the middle. It's found. Roby turns and the ball is put wide. It's a corner kick. Took a deflection. So down on the right hand side, then Xhaka to take the corner kick. Sunderland's third corner. They're 2-0 down. They need a response. The ball is straight at Thiago's midfield for that ball. I assume this will be looked at, but in the meantime, the game is going on because Yarmulke has pulled the ball out on the left wing and he's just caught the Bay on the ankle.
That was a handball there by the look of things.
Jensen now looking for Coyote on the right hand side, takes the ball down the right corner of the penalty area. Trowder in front of him, still going Coyote. He's gone round Mundle, still has it the right back, then slips it into Damsgaard. Ball back here for Thiago. He's got his back to goal. He's got 3 defenders around him. He holds them off. Plays it out to Damsgaard on the touchline on the right hand side. Back to Yarmulke. Yarmulke now pushing it on again. Getting it back, down the right, Damsgaard, wide, inside to Janelt, gets away from Roby, plays it back all the way back to who's that on the right? Jensen, I think it is. It's Yarmulke, sorry, and it's played on down that right wing for Jensen to cross. Oh, it went through. Alderete left it. I think Gruffs must have fallen. He takes the ball.
Yeah, it's not been brilliant, and the scum have just equalised. So
68th minute here. Well, we've played 68 minutes now. Brentford 2, Sunderland 0. There's Ballard lifting one up, looking for Roby. Comes to Meander on the halfway line from Mini. Holds off Sharde's fouled by the German. It's a free kick for Sunderland. Almost on the centre spot. Missed penalty. Then Brentford go down the other end and score the second. Sharde was instrumental in
glad he's missing this
goal.
match.
One off the crossbar, then it came down to him again to nod back to Thiago. Xhaka will take this free kick in the centre circle. Brentford hold a line 25 yards out. Ruffs jogs up.
Yeah, Brighton equalised against Man City.
Jog back as Xhaka just passes it through the middle to Mundle. Mundle out to Hume on this right hand side. Hume looks up, floats across into the penalty area. Looking for Alderete, it's nodded down by Aja, and he will run with it out for a corner. Looks like that's gone out, the flag is up, it's a corner. It's another corner for Sunderland. In front of Sunderland fans on that left hand side. Lefay now with the short corner to Mundle. Mundle back to Trowder out in midfield. He drives a shot in, it's crashed into Collins, it's in the air, comes down for Mundle, he gets a toe to it and leaves it. Does he know he doesn't leave it for Lefay? He's taken this on himself, Mundle. Trying to get around Janelt. Forced back. He's lost the ball to Thiago. Tries to win it back. Thiago's away. Too easy. Right, Sharde. Got to get back now. Thiago continues his run. It's rolled towards him. Right. Sharde into the penalty area. Lefay slides in. And it's crashed at Robin Ruffs. He's got the ball away, but Damsgaard's trying to put it back in again. And now Damsgaard's won it. From Hugh. Takes a shot, and it takes a deflection, and it's a corner to Brentford.
Sorry, what we are all over the place. That decision making is very poor. Even when we put with the ball, we give it back to him.
Clear your
Yeah.
lines.
So Janelt goes across to get the ball to take the corner for Brentford. Plenty of red and white shirts up in the Sunderland penalty area. Janelt on the right. Brentford leading 2-0. We're in the last 20 minutes of the game. Just referee is having a word with Yarmaluk and Robin Ruffs.
Yeah, we should have a couple of the guys back from AFCON,
Has come across.
probably for our next game.
Still having a word with Cayley and Trowder, Proby as well. Xhaka's intervened as captain. He's got 4 players around him now. Xhaka, I think it's Proby, Yarmaluk and Collins. Janelt waiting to take the corner on the right-hand side for Brentford. Referee's happy now. Matt Donoghue stepped to the back of the penalty area. Janelt then with the 6th Brentford corner in the 72nd minute. Concentration here. There's a bit of pushing and shoving. Thiago's pushing. Jensen lays the ball off the short corners, put back in by Janelt, and somehow palmed away by Ruts for another corner. It's a full stretch. Ball out behind. Everton 1, Wolves 1. So jogging down then, Jensen to take this corner on the left-hand side for Brentford away to our left. As we look down from the lower part.
Yeah, the young Mane scored for Wolves.
BBC Radio Newcastle. So
Harvey
Sunderland
Barnes
have everybody
equalised for
back,
Newcastle.
defending in the penalty area. It's whipped in here, and it's headed goalwards. It's come down now for a third. Smashed home by Yarmaluk. 73rd minute, Brentford lead 3-0.
Yarmaluk.
Yarmaluk.
Yep. Yeah, boy, that.
Dropped down to him in the edge of the 6-yard box, and he smashed it home low. As you said, Sunderland all over the place. Corner. Didn't deal with it, did they? Didn't deal with it coming in. First one. The second. Sharney again involved. It's, I think, flick down for the Ukrainian. So it's game over as far as Sunderland are concerned now. So 3-0 down. It's a damage limitation job now. Their tails are upset earlier in the game. This will be either a game with goals or a 0-0 because on 5 occasions at home this season, Brentford have scored 3 or more goals. Here they are again. They've scored another 3 tonight against Sunderland. Yarmaluk's first goal of the season, 21-year-old Ukrainian.
Abby slowed down to 20 miles an hour on the M6 now. He doesn't want to get back.
Robin Ruffs. Big kick upfield, chase for Mundle, but Coyote's got there in front of him. Back it goes to Kelleher to clear. Ballard heads it on. Bienda nods it back down to Xhaka. Finding Cayley. Bienda again, inside to Xhaka. Gets the ball down the right wing to Lefay. Lefay, great ball into the penalty area, but Kelleher, when he caught it, half caught it, bobbled behind him, and he's caught it at the second attempt. Broby over his shoulder. Yeah. Got the bounce, watching the bounce. Cleared up to Thiago. Hume trying to get back. Thiago into the penalty area, still going. Left foot shot blocked. Comes to Damsgaard. Oh, it's off the foot of the post. Shot off the outside of the foot of the left post.
Living dangerously.
You can see the ball is going to skip off the surface. We didn't read it. Alderete got over his head. Ballard's down.
Oh, yes, got himself. But Henderson's coming on for Jensen. Tights Jensen. 75th minute, so 15 minutes for John Henderson. And white stripes of Brentford. Off comes Jensen. John Henderson. He's on the touchline. On comes Henderson. And, gives the captain gives something a note to Janelt, I think. Pass to him. Ballard taps the ball back to Robin Ruffs, who plays it out to Mayenda here. Flicks it onto Lefay, who's just pushed off the ball by Collins. Won by Michele. Gets it to Lefay. Henry tries to get the ball off him. He gets it inside to Xhaka. Back to Ballard. Damsgaard's lurking. It's played across to Alderete. 77th minute. Now, Brentford 3, Sunderland 0. Hume looking through a run of Broby, but he put too much on it. He tried to get there. It's run behind almost in the corner for a goal kick.
Looking at Ballard, he's not fit.
It's limping. And Dan Neal's going to come on. What a game for Dan Neal to come on to. Sirkin, Dan Neal by the looks of things.
I mean, they know that the game's gone away from
Of course they do. Very disappointing.
Not like stating the bleeding obvious, is there? 3-0 down, the game's got
Newcastle
away
1,
from them.
Leeds 2. Calvert-Lewin has scored the second for Leeds. Here's that's from the penalty spot. Clearly knows how to take one. And the ball back with Collins out to Janelt on this left-hand side. The double substitution about to happen.
Xhaka as well.
So, Henry finds Sade in the penalty area, pulls it back here, and this touch from Thiago floats into the hands of Robin Ruffs. Thiago's down on his side at the moment, he's struggling. And Thiago's down.
Ballard and Xhaka will come off, I think.
Waiting for the substitutions to be made. Thiago's lying on his side in the penalty area, and he's going to get some assistance.
Michele up in the middle. Right back, working down.
So, still waiting for these substitutions to be made. Fulham 1, Chelsea 1, West London derby. Liam Delap, scorer of that one. So, here comes the substitutions, and Trouder coming on to Dan Neal. And indeed, Ballard is the player coming off to be replaced by Sirkin, and that sort of opens up that query about his injury, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right, Dougie. We'll see a couple of the AFCON players back on Saturday.
On comes Dan Neal, on comes Dennis Sirkin.
Ballard's going to be okay. He's limping
Dan
at the
Neal will
moment.
get, at least probably 15 minutes with the time that will be added on. Thiago's back
In
up on
fact,
his
he's
feet.
going off.
Strolling
It's Ballard,
on the side
so
of the pitch.
nice save down there, getting a run out.
Referee standing next to Robin Ruffs. The ball up his arm at the moment. Thiago comes off now. They're going to bring on Reece Nelson, who's on loan from Arsenal. I wonder if that's. Thiago. I'm just wondering that because Keith Andrews is having a word with him. Play is underway again. Alderete has the ball on the left-hand side. We're at the 80th minute. So, yeah, on the left, Sirkin. So Michele obviously is in at centre-back now with Hume on the right, Sirkin on the left. Ball's given away. Yarmouth to Damsgaard. Thiago's going to come back on in a second. High ball played up into the Sunderland penalty area is caught by Robin Ruffs, and Thiago is back on. It's like a double substitution for Brentford. Forward Lafay. Lafay now away on the left wing, inside the Brentford half. Undle back to Sirkin. Down the left again to Lafay. Lafay hooks up, plays it back to Alderete. 81st minute.
Away.
Brentford
Look at him. Thiago's got it on.
Thiago's up on the halfway line. It's come back through though to McKaylee. McKaylee in the centre circle. Out to Hume on the right hand side. Nelson and Hickey. The two there. Aaron Hickey, full back, left back. As Bienda goes round Henry, but Henry gets back in front of Bienda. Bournemouth 2, Spurs 2. All sitting on the pitch on this left-hand side at the minute. Henry's gone to get it. It's pushed back to Collins for the substitution we made. Now Thiago's coming off. Nelson replaces him. Great score that Brazilian tonight. The other is so 16 Premier League goals this season for Igor Thiago. Only just over halfway mark of the season. Andrew's hugging Igor Thiago as he comes off, hugging now Nico Henry as well. I know Luke O'Nien's coming on for Alderete. So Luke O'Nien gets more minutes for Alderete. 83rd minute. 3-0 Brentford lead. Ball played up towards Nelson.
Thanks, Keith.
Loan from Arsenal. Spent
And,
last season on loan.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Colin. I should even consider cup games this season to put the reserves out.
Xhaka plays it off.
See how well they do.
Sade stood in front of him, back to McKaylee. Ruffs to McKaylee. Ruffs again, back to
Concentrate on making sure we finish as high up this league as we possibly can.
Aja finds Nelson on, looking for Janelle. It's McKaylee who gets it back to Robin Ruffs. It's the 84th minute. It's 3-0 to the home team. O'Nien on the far side, left side of the penalty area. Tries to get it up to Broby on the halfway line. Won by Collins. Out to the right hand side. Played back to Jordan Henderson. Henderson back then to Hickey. Who's in at right back. Out to Henry on the left hand side here. And now with Nelson. Nelson coming back with this, rolling it back to goalkeeper Kelleher. On he goes. Played to the halfway line. Swept out to the left. Nelson has gone away, out for a throw on the left hand side.
As it stands at the moment, Brentford are up to 5th in the league, in the table.
This will be taken by Trey Hugh. Anyway, here's Nelson, finds Yarmaluk, and now Hickey. Hickey to Henderson, back to Hickey, and out wide on that right hand side. Play back in to Jordan Henderson, wide again to Yarmaluk, into the Dave back out wide on the right hand side. 85th minute now. Just on halfway, Yarmaluk to Hickey, inside to Jordan Henderson, looking for the off the goal line, goal to played. 85 minutes, Brentford lead 3-0. Seeing the game out, Sunderland now Cayley, the ball placed in the right corner of the 6-yard box. Robin Ruffs wide on the left to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien bringing this out now down the left wing. Henderson cuts across in front of O'Nien, plays a good ball actually down the wing, looking for Mundle, but Hickey gets in front of him, rolls it back into the path of Kelleher, goalkeeper. It's Henry on the left-hand side. Back to Collins behind him. Back again to Kelleher. Out to Janelt. Back to the goalkeeper. He plays it up to the halfway line. Sade on the shoulder of McKaylee. He's headed it forwards and out to the right wing. McKaylee closed down by Nelson. And then Bienda thought he's being held by Henry, but the ball comes back through Janelt to Collins. Now Henderson lays it off behind him to Aja. Back to Henderson. Broby goes to close down Aja. He's played it across to Collins. And a foul by Broby on Aja. Free kick to Brentford. 87th minute. Nobody really saw this coming, did we? I mean, the penalty miss. Big moment in the game. Big moment in the game. Was that the turning point? Arguably was, wasn't it? Because suddenly Brentford's tails were up, having seen Sunderland miss the opportunity to level things up. But here they come again now. Henry down the left of the penalty area.
I think you're right, Colin.
Across the face of Sade and straight into the path of Robin Ruffs. Because their tails were up then, and they got the second within 6 minutes.
I just think that we've made too many mistakes. You get punished.
We're at the 80. Well, we played 87 minutes now. And,
made too many mistakes.
Yeah. Henderson behind him. Hickey back all the way to the edge of the Brentford penalty area. Kelleher plays it out to Collins on his left-hand side. 88th minute. Brentford leading 3-0. It's Collins wide again. Lays it back to Kelleher. Closed down by Broby. Kelleher's kick up to the halfway line. Bounces through to Cayley. And Cayley, O'Nien to his left. Circuit wide. O'Nien brings us up towards the halfway line into the Brentford half. Still going, Luke O'Nien, trying to find Cirkin. Aja slides across and puts the ball out for a throw to Sunderland down the left wing.
Yeah, just not being at the races today, guys.
Take the throw.
Girls.
It's left it for McKaylee. McKaylee's going to take a long throw here. Can Sunderland get a consolation? In the 89th minute now.
You're just looking at performance tonight, and just shall we say, a tired performance in it.
I think there's a lot in that.
A bit of fatigue's caught up with him.
Fulham 2, Chelsea 1.
Yep, I think you're right, Keith.
Missing
that penalty, heads went down.
Kelly then.
And they scored 2 fairly quick goals after that.
Short throw, but Kelly, I think it's going to be a long throw into the Brentford penalty area. Back it goes in the end, actually, to Trey Hugh in the middle. He rolls it into the penalty area to Mundle. Mundle now trying to tee it up on his right foot. It's spilled by the goalkeeper, but it's cleared by Collins.
Well, we've gone 2-1 up against Chelsea.
No.
Harry Wilson again.
Caused Kelleher a few problems. Now chase down the left for Mundle. The ball rolls out for a Brentford throw. In the last minute, how much time will get added on? A few minutes, obviously, I think, because there's been a few stoppages in the second half. Thought, thinking to produce the piece to do ahead of the weekend now, that FA Cup tie at Everton on Saturday lunchtime. I'll have full commentary of that, of course. Build up to that will begin at 11:30 on Saturday. Luke O'Nien gets the ball from Hume back in his own half.
Yeah, I reckon about 5, maybe even 6 minutes.
Show how much time is going to get added on at the end of this game. Hume, Nelson's on his shoulder. Hume rolls it back to Ruffs. Sade closes him down. He gets it out to Dan Neil in the middle. He's not seen much of the ball yet, but he has now. Dan Neil, a couple of passes for Dan Neil and a free kick for foul on Mundle. And we will have 6 minutes at time.
I wasn't a forecast looking off it, you know,
6 additional
guys.
minutes now. Painful 6 minutes really for Sunderland to have to.
Yeah, it's not been a brilliant
It don't do him
performance
no
at
harm,
all.
you know, because it's a wake-up call.
Yeah,
And that's what I think. It's a wake-up call.
It's slow to the ball.
Get back to what we're good at.
Defence was
Yeah,
getting skinned
I suppose.
left, right, centre.
Reggie Louise has always said, you know, you will suffer defeats like this at some point. These things happen. Mundle finds Lefay just outside the D. Xhaka stumbled on the ball. Given it away to Nelson, who got there ahead of Hugh. Now back into the middle for Henderson, who's found Sade down the right side. And Sade checks, plays it back behind him to Henderson again. Henderson to Hickey. A minute of the minimum 6. Here was Janelt. Janelt just in front of the centre circle. Collins wide on the left then to Nelson. Reece Nelson dribbling at the edge of the penalty area on the left hand side. Henry is behind him. Slipped into Damsgaard who chips one in. And Nelson still past to the right post. Robin Ross was just rooted to the
It was just him. He was through defensively. He just wanted to chip that ball over. Would have caught that. It'd been some goal.
Yeah, we're still ninth at the moment.
3-0 still. 92nd minute.
Oh, how do you
Cayley
miss
comes down.
from there? Only the goal it beat from 6 yards out,
Robin Ruffs kicks
and
this
he
up over
puts
the
it past
halfway
the
line.
post.
Drops for
Probably a
Henry.
good thing, because that would have been a
By
cover
Janelt.
fourth goal.
All the way back into the Sunderland penalty area on the right hand side, where Cayley just plays it back now to Robin Ruffs. Ruffs kicks this out up over halfway. Roby trying to nod it into the path of Bienda.
No, I think you were
Back goes Collins.
right first time there.
Back to Kelleher. To the 3rd minute of the
It
minimum
is ninth.
6 being added on
Fulham
at the
have
end of the game.
taken the lead against Chelsea, so they've just go above us.
Hickey back to Henderson wide on the right. And the push on Damsgaard, but no foul, says the referee. Sirkin gets the ball posted downhill to Mundle. Mundle now dribbling down the left of the penalty. Crosses. It'll go behind for a goal kick to Brentford. Let's Collins go and retrieve the ball. Brentford lads all starting to stand up and applaud.
As it stands, Burnley are above West Ham at the moment. West Ham is second bottom.
Showing shots of Thiago on the screen. That's 2 goals tonight for Igor Thiago. Top of the 3 he scored at Everton at the weekend. Kelleher then with this goal kick for Brentford. In the 4th minute of the minimum 6, Bienda heads this on down the right side, but it'll roll out and throw to Brentford again. It'll be taken by Rico Henry to Janelt, back to Henry on this left hand side. Bienda's trying to get the ball off and fouls the left back. Janelt comes forwards to take the free kick, swings it down the left of the Sunderland penalty area. Charlie lost sight of it. Cross comes Yarmaluk. It's a free kick, foul by the Ukrainian on Nordy Cayley. We have played 94 minutes, 2 minutes left. Brentford leading 3-0. That impressive home record of Brentford continues. Robin Ross is going to take the free kick just right at the penalty area. Players grouped over on his near side. Ball goes through the arc of the floodlights.
I think that's very tongue-in-cheek, Steve.
Brentford penalty area. Henry gets in front of Bienda, who's just fouled Henry. Frustration bubbling over. Another free
Yeah,
kick
it's Crystal
for
Palace is
Brentford,
the next game.
which Kelleher is coming out
Well,
to
next
take.
game is
Just over a
Everton
minute,
Saturday.
minimum 6 left. We'll be hurt by this, Sunderland. There's no doubt about that.
Oh,
You know,
yes,
he's
Everton
still
on
playing
Saturday
his mind,
for
that
the
penalty
FA
kick.
Cup, and we've got Palace at home on the
That's what it's
17th.
all about. Said that
Is
from
our
day
next
one, haven't we?
game.
Yeah. Kelleher's kick Cayley heads it down off the back of Sade, gets the ball back.
Yeah,
Sade
cheers,
tries to tackle
KX
him, but it's gone
Malahov.
out for a throw to Sunderland on this right-hand side, which is the last minute. 45 seconds of the minimum 6 minutes left. Ball back, Robin Ruffs. Out to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien now bringing this up.
Yeah,
And
Steve.
wide on the left.
Oh,
and then it's
please.
Sirkin into the Brentford half. And plays it back to O'Nien, just inside the Sunderland half. Then to Xhaka. Back again to O'Nien. Trying to turn away from Damsgaard. Plays it back to Robin Ruffs. 15 seconds of the minimum 6 minutes left. Ruffs.
He'll go when this is in the air.
Sade goes to close it down. Ruffs gets it clear up into the Brentford half. Headed away as the whistle blown for full time by that Donahue. It's Brentford 3, Sunderland 0. Where did it go wrong? The first half, it was scrappy. They weren't really at the races.
It went wrong when Lafay decided to try to be clever with the penalty. No, you're right, Alan. We can't win everything.
Halfway line. Thiago's run and
We knew we would get beat some games this season. I think it's just the performance was poor.
Penalty after Aja pulled down Brody, but Lafay chipped the ball straight
Started the second half all right.
That for me is the moment that the game changed. Yeah,
I'm going to kill the commentary now, guys.
I just think that was.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Cabby's probably glad that he's missed it. I didn't realise he was so far away from home because he's been on the M6 for a long while. Unless it was an airport trip down to either Manchester or up to Glasgow, I'm not sure which. But thanks for joining, everybody. Greatly appreciated. I'm sure Cabby will appreciate it as well. Shame about the performance. We looked as though, first half we were, I wouldn't say unlucky to go 1-0 down because they had plenty of chance. But going in 1-0 down at half time gave us a chance. We came out quite well in the second half, got the penalty, and after the missed penalty, our heads dropped. They got 2 big goals, and there's no way back for us after that. Anyway, peeps, we will see you on Saturday for the FA Cup game. I apologise for the audio quality. Literally, it was my phone relaying the information from a laptop through the speakers. Because I won't have the kit that Stuart's got. So but have a good evening, everybody, if you can. I'll catch up with Cabby and tell him he didn't miss a lot. But have a good evening, and I'll end the stream there if I can, that is. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us. Greatly appreciated. Cheers. Good night, all.